My name is Tony Love. I'm in a class at UC Berkeley called IEO 190G, Patent Engineering, and we are studying patents being used in litigation, and at the moment it's in the smartphone industry. So Microsoft is using this patent against Barnes & Noble, and it's because of their Nook tablet that uses the Android operating system. The patent is 6957233. And this patent is method and apparatus for capturing and rendering annotations for non-modifiable electronic content, otherwise known as Adobe PDF. That's a good example of what it is and what it's talking about. So there are 22 claims in this patent, and a claim are the things you can use in the court of law to sue someone and say they're infringing. There are 6 independent claims, and there are 16 that are bullet points under the 6 independent claims. Most describe a device or architecture, a computer-readable medium, which is the language used in the patent, and the first 10 are methods, which is kind of the flow chart of how the process is carried out on the computing device, which is easier to patent. It's more broad. It usually covers all computers with screens. This patent covers any computing device with a screen, because in one of the claims, one of the dependent claims, it talks about mice and styli for input. So pretty much anything that has a screen and has a processor and memory, all that stuff. So I'm going to talk to you about Claim 1. And it has a preamble, like the Constitution, and it describes a method for annotating a system, some computing device with a display, which can display a page with user-selectable objects intermixed with markup tags. Basically, user-selectable objects. Think of it as when you highlight text in an Adobe document or draw that blue box, both of which are already stored within this non-modifiable portion of the file. Apparently, the markup tags bound the user-selectable objects in the whole file, so I think the markup tags are associated with what you can select within the document. The claim elements of the first claim, the elements. The user inputs a request to select an object and the system honors that request, and an example is highlighting the text. So you see the box around the letters, which is the user selectable object. Then the other thing is the user inputs request to start an annotation near the selected object, and the computer honors that. So that's like pressing the button within the Adobe document to start an annotation. Determine selected object position within non-modifiable portion of file independent of markup tags. So I don't know why that's important, but let me just move on. The next one is storing the position and annotation separately from the non-modifiable portion of the file. So again, you can't modify the document, but its annotation and the position of the selected text is stored in a modifiable portion of the file, of the Adobe document file. And the final, I'm just going to present it as an example. Adobe should have annotations listed on the sidebar. I think this is a feature. If you click one of them, it will take you directly to the position of the user-selectable object, in this case highlighted text, that accompanies the annotation. So I don't know why they covered that. It's probably important in the court of law. Now, so the summary is this claim is on the method of creating annotations on a non-modifiable document and linking it to a selected object within that document. The annotation and its position are stored in a modifiable portion of the file. So, do I think the Nook infringes on this? I don't think that Android infringes on this patent if I understand things correctly. Now, Android doesn't ship with the ability to do this. Download Adobe Acrobat onto the Android operating system, it uses the resources in the Android to carry out these operations. Yes. So through Adobe, Android infringes on the patent, but are they really infringing? Again, you can't do it without Adobe. It doesn't ship with a program that can do what Adobe does with non-modifiable documents. You can't open it unless you download it. So I'm pretty sure Adobe has some kind of deal worked out with Microsoft. Maybe they developed technology together before this patent was filed and issued. I don't know what's going on here, but Android itself can't do what this patent is describing unless you have downloaded Adobe Acrobat, which is a free software, and Android can't infringe if it's using a software that, in order to carry this out. If it's shipped with it, I understand, but it looks like Adobe covers Android for the method. Because I admit, within Adobe or any other document that Adobe can open, it will cover each of these elements of the claim. There's really nothing, it's so concrete, discrete, and kind of sequential that it does cover it.